quick this week.
Yeah, we have. And obviously with a short week, yesterday we were planning for a training session as per normal, and things changed, and then we spent a bit of time just reorganising it. So that's okay. We were able to deal with that, and we'll deal with it again today.
How disruptive has it been?
Oh, I just think anything about this, you've got to go in with a really open mind to all of this, and I think everyone's learning about what we need to do to change and adapt and be flexible, and we've had the approach since round one that if we need to change and pivot on the spot, we'll do it, and that's what we'll do. It's just what we've had the mindset with the whole way through.
You guys have said, the Premier's advice today was New South Wales people shouldn't be interacting with people from over.
Well, all we can do is take the advice of health professionals in the AFL. The AFL give us all the guidance. We've got very strict protocols, and we're abiding by those protocols as we should. And if they change, we change with it, and that's all we can go by at the moment. We can't it's a bit about the influence and control. If you can't control things, it's no point worrying about it too much. It's what you can actually influence, and we can influence the way we go about it, our reviews, our previews, our training sessions. We concern ourselves on that. And the stuff you can't control, it's just no point putting much energy into it, because things change so quickly, there's no point being in that headspace.
It's obviously the same for all 18 teams, but it can't be easy to adequately prepare for a game like you would traditionally do with the current restrictions in place.
Yeah, well, I think traditionally it's all of our preparations are out the window, but that's the same with every 18 clubs, all 18 clubs, and that's the same with a lot of this throughout the whole period, is that things are completely different, not only for us as an AFL industry, but for people in the community, and this is something that many of us have never faced. And so in the end, you just have to be adaptable to it and get on with the job, and as I said before, just worry about what you can control. That's all you need to focus on, and that's what we're doing.
Having a younger group at a time like this who might not be so stuck in particular ways or might be ready to embrace change?
Yeah, maybe that may be one way of looking at it, but to be honest, we haven't spent a lot of time thinking about that. It's just more about talking to our players about just be flexible and be prepared to pivot on a moment's notice, and that's what our approach has been right through, and that's what our approach will continue to be, just to make sure that we're adaptable to whatever happens.
Everything's sort of a bit up in the air at the moment, like everyone's waiting on different results and stuff, and no one knows what will happen going forward. But as a club, would you guys like to maybe stay in Sydney, or you still have to travel to Victoria?
We'll do what we need to do, and we've been like that all the way through, and I don't spend a lot of time trying to crystal ball things in this environment, because the crystal ball changes pretty quickly. So once again, it's no point worrying about the stuff that's the ifs, buts and maybes at the present time. It's just a matter of getting on with it, and if the change comes through and we get an email about we've got to adapt to something different, we'll do it. We'll just get on with it.
About adapting hold you in pretty good stead, John, coming off such a short break, 5-day turnaround?
Yeah, that's just another one. You need to do it. I mean, you just got to have that approach to get on with it, and we'll be ready to go against the Doggies. Their competitive spirit last week was sensational. They were playing as good a footy as they have for a long time, and they got back to some really good form against a quality team in GWS. So we're fully aware of where our headspace needs to be on Thursday night, and that's right in the game, in the contest, because that's where the Doggies will be.
I don't know if we asked you this when you returned to training, John, but how did you decide to carve up your 8 or 9 groups, player groups? Some teams have tried to mix it up, others have gone against advice and put their whole lines together.
We've done it differently at different times, but the only reason we've done it differently, we've waited till the test results have come back before you're allowed to actually change groups. So we've followed the AFL protocols to the letter with that, and we've had a mixture of it. This week we're just doing it, and we've spread them out all over the place, and we'll train them like that. But once again, it's a bit difficult to have hard and fast rules in this environment. You need to be on the move the whole time and thinking the whole time.
Tommy comes out with that head knock that he sustained. Is it a particularly bad injury? I know that his family history sort of dictates that it's a bit of a worrying injury for him.
It's obviously with for the family, it's in the back of their minds. But he was okay after the game. He was okay the next day. He won't play this week. It's a 5-day turnaround. That's too short. So I had a chat with him today. He feels pretty good today. So he's in good spirits. And we'll see how he is for next week. But obviously the 5-day turnaround, he wasn't going to get up this week. But he spoke to his family after the game, and he was pretty good after the game.
So you do expect him to be okay for next week, or is it just with concussions and all that? It's just hard to say, or?
It's hard to say. Look at this stage we do, but we'll wait and see. We'll be guided by medical advice. It's a bit once again wasting our time to try and speculate. We'll have to wait and see.
That's another key down, John, for the weekend. Obviously, Isaac's sort of spent a little bit more time in the midfield. Would that sort of necessitate a move back forward for him?
He played a fair bit forward on the weekend too, so he spent a little bit of time midfield, but he played a lot forward. So we'll be right. We'll find a way. That's what we need to do.
And Sam looks like he might be in the mix to play.
Yeah, he's a chance to play. He's been training for a couple of weeks now and running really hard and doing the training that he's needed to do. So we'll see how he goes again tonight and then make a decision tomorrow.
Can you believe the situation that everyone's in at the moment? You seem very relaxed about it.
Well, it's just I guess there's no point worrying about it too much. I've been sort of, and as all our coaches have been into, is just looking at the doggies, and that's what we can do. And I'll leave the worrying and the change of plans to Charlie Gardner, our footy manager, standing over there. He can be worrying. He can do all the worrying for us. The rest of us need to get into the doggies. That's what I'm concerned about.
So just a quick word on Josh Kennedy's 250th.
Yeah.
Big milestone, and I've hopefully not had too many better players for the journey than Josh.
Yeah, I feel very lucky to have coached Josh. He'll go down whenever he finishes up as one of the, not only this club's one of the club's greats, but also one of the all-time greats. His record is extraordinary. Not only his consistency from week to week over a long period of time, but also how he's got the ability to rise to the biggest occasions. And some of his best performances have been in finals games, grand finals, when the heat's absolutely at its best. He's got an extraordinary record, and he's an extraordinary person and a player to coach. So I feel very privileged to have coached him. He's in good form too, which is terrific.
Got plenty of good footy left in him, I would have thought, as well. His durability in terms of games played per season is incredible.
Yeah.
And there's a big young group here that he's no doubt clinging on to see all the way through.
He's loving his footy, and he's really he sets such a high example to others. He works really hard. He prepares himself in such impeccable manner that he gives himself every chance to play every week, and just the standards he drives around the club are really high. So we're really fortunate to have a player of his, not only his football ability, but his character. He's an absolute A-grade character to have around the club, and great for young players to learn off, because they see a real pro, not only in his output, but in his way and his preparation. And I think that's a really fortunate position to be in if you've got a player like that in your footy club.
You would have seen him here from day dot as well. What did the Swans seeing him, John, when he first came to the club? Obviously, he was a bit of a diamond in the rough, like at Hawthorn, not getting a game, and he found his opportunity here.
Yeah, we saw the opportunity to maybe at some stage take over from Jude Bolton as an inside midfielder. Jude was one of our greats, and Jude really helped him when he first started, when Josh started here, and then they were able to transition that period really smoothly, as far as Jude went to half forward and Josh played a bit more inside mid, and they were able to do that in a really seamless fashion. So I'm just fortunate to be able to see him progress over the years. He's just a very good player.